All right. Vara, let's go. They brought the receipts today. Good morning, afternoon, afternoon for me, afternoon or evening, depending on where you're listening in from. My name is Brandon Ivy from Los Angeles, California. I am a vice admiral within the Vara ecosystem. I'm a Vara ambassador. Thank you guys for taking time out of your schedule. I'm not going to be long at all today because tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, normally I would do it at 8, but I'm doing it at 7 because I'm going to be getting into this. So 7 p.m. tomorrow, I'm going to do a rewatch party where the Vara Showcase that just happened a few hours ago, I'm going to play it again live. Only you're going to get my reactions and commentary with it. So I'll be stopping and pausing it and rewinding as we go because, unfortunately, most people out there are not crypto educated. And this was definitely a showcase that went over a lot of the crypto aspects of this technology, of what Vara is all about. In fact, if you guys were thinking that Vara was just some video game, I've been saying this since the beginning, that Vara is proof of work. It's proof of work of the technology. It's the product that we're selling, but it is showcasing what the technology can do to attract other businesses that we will be able to benefit from. So first, again, if you don't know who I am, my name is Brandon Ivy. I'm the founder and CEO of Ivy League Crypto Academy. I teach crypto education and based out of Los Angeles, California. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving any type of financial advice. I share information for entertainment, training, and research purposes only. So it is up to you to make your own informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. We are streaming on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and this on StreamYard. So go ahead, if you want to be recognized, type your name in the chat box where you're listening in from. I see we've got Miss Dawn Marie from Laughlin, Nevada. Dawn is a Commodore within the Vara space. I see we have Brad Ball from Idaho. Good afternoon. Melissa from the UK. Good evening, Melissa. Don, spill the receipts, huh? Joyce Easley. Good afternoon, Joyce. Rohit from India. Good afternoon or evening for you. Frank. Good afternoon, Frank. Let's see. I see Facebook user from, I don't see your name. Frank is from Texas. Texas is represented. I see Leonard Long out of California is here. Miss Marnita Casa. She's a captain, commander. Hey, Marnita, I put that out there. Captain. Commander Marnita from Colorado. See George from South Carolina. Oh, you and I both, Frank. I'm in shock as well, but I'm excited. And Perez from Arizona. And I see Kenny from Los Angeles. Who else do we have here? I see we have Steve Randall from Memphis. Colin and Adele from Trinidad, right? That's right, Trinidad. So again, this is not we got India. This is not the full watch party. I'm just going to give you guys my initial reaction and maybe help steer you in the right direction of understanding of what you just saw. Yeah, there was a lot of technical jargon, and this is where it pays to be crypto educated, because if you don't have education, then what happened to most people in the 90s is going to happen to you right now. Most people didn't have a clear understanding of the internet. They didn't understand the power of email. And you had individuals out there like Bill Gates was trying to sound the alarm, was trying to let everybody know that something's going down, that you need to pay attention to this. And you know what happened to Bill Gates? Well, let's listen to this. Take a look.
But, I think about this, and what about this internet thing? Do you know anything about that?
Sure.
What the hell is that exactly?
Well, it's become a place where people are publishing information.
Right.
So everybody can have their own homepage. Companies are there. The latest information. It's wild what's going on. You can send electronic mail to people. It is the big new thing.
Yeah, but it's easy to criticize something you don't fully understand, which is my position here.
Go ahead.
But I can remember a couple of months ago, there was like a big breakthrough announcement that on the internet or on some computer deal, they were going to broadcast a baseball game. You could listen to a baseball game on your computer. And I just thought to myself, does radio ring a bell? You know what I mean?
There's a difference.
There is a difference.
It's not a huge difference.
What is the difference?
But you can listen to the baseball game whenever you want.
Right.
Too.
Oh, I see. So it's stored in one of your memory deals,
Exactly.
and then you can come
That's
back
the
a year
RAM
later.
that you talked about earlier.
Yeah. Do tape recorders ring a bell? Yeah, I just don't know. What can you, just knowing me the little you know me now, what am I missing here? What do I need?
Well, if you want to learn about the latest cigars or auto racing statistics.
Well, I've got that covered. I subscribe to 2 British magazines devoted entirely to motorsports, and I call the Quaker State Speedline about 2 times a half hour. So now would the computer give me more than I'm getting that way?
Oh, you can find other people who have the same unusual interests you do. And
You mean the troubled loner chat room on the internet?
absolutely.
I think one day I'll get one of these deals, but I've played with them, and then you type it in, and then you get that thing, that little arrow. Is that the arrow you
You
move?
bet.
And then
You
it's
bet.
just, it's like, oh, I get it. It's an eye test. What do we?
All right. Back in the 90s, nobody understood the internet. People made fun of the email, but what happened? I mean, it was slow. It was dial-up. It was just beginning. And where blockchain technology is right now is where the internet was in the 90s. Bitcoin is already proven to be the most successful and best performing asset, not just of the past decade, of the past 100 years. This is a fact, whether you understand it, whether you believe it, whether you like it or not. Your opinion of this is irrelevant. This is happening. The future of entertainment, the future of socialization is all going to be based on Web3 technology moving forward. This new technology that we're sitting on today is as big, if not bigger, than the internet. And you don't have to believe me. CEO of Epic Games, Tim Sweeney, even said that. JP Morgan Chase, one of the largest banks in the world, came out and said that digital assets in the metaverse are going to be worth more than real world assets. Larry Fink, the chairman and CEO of BlackRock investment firm that has more than $10 trillion under house management, says that not only is this the biggest thing that we've ever seen, this is a financial revolution, and we're leading the way because the world is going to be tokenized. Everything will be tokenized using blockchain technology. Tokenization of assets, tokenization of finance, tokenization of real estate. So for those of you that are still looking for opportunities where it's like, can I just invest some money and I get a 1 to 3% return? This is none of that. This is bigger than that. This is where you have to have vision. And I want to try to break things down in a way that my mom can understand. Like, what is Vara all about? Because everybody's looking at, oh, it's a video game and I'm not a gamer. First and foremost, let's just address that part alone. With Web 3.0, we are taking almost 1 billion people who are gaming, billion people who are spending money every single month playing these games. And we're telling them now, you are able to have full control of your database, control of your assets, control of your digital items, control of your creation, and you'll be able to monetize your work, your creation, and your time. So if you're spending 2, 3, 5 hours, this is the average gamer spending at least an hour a day. I know that's a lot much higher than that, because when you move from your console and your PC, you're still walking around with your phone. And with your phone, you've got games on your phone that you're playing around with on your spare time. So I think that number is much higher. In fact, I think we need to stop looking at it as how many hours are you gaming, more as how many hours are you spending social media, socializing, because this technology is going to socialize and gamify everything that you're already doing on the internet. That's all it is. You're gamifying it. That's what the Vara Hub's all about, gamifying your experience. So all I have to do is tell the gamer, how would you like to make money playing a game, monetizing your time? It's a no-brainer. Millions of people are already playing games, and these games are 9, 10, 15 years old. So Starvara is going to be the first AAA entrant into the MMO market space. That's number one right there. Utilizing Web 3.0 technology, not voxels, not Decentraland, not Sandbox. AAA style. You saw the trailers. But what got me excited, the reason why I came out of retirement, because I don't need this. I was perfectly fine doing and scaling up what I was already doing. What got me out of retirement was the technology that they're bringing to play. Why? How many of you, knowing what you know now, would like to go back to around 2010 and you know what Bitcoin's going to do, and you know what blockchain technology is going to do? You see, in 2017, two things changed my life when I came into the realization. It was May 2017. The first is that I realized that blockchain technology is going to disrupt every single industry on the planet today. Now, I heard about Bitcoin in 2010, and I did nothing about it. The reason why I did nothing about it is because I lacked the understanding. This is why I say lack of education is going to cost you, not just in finances, but in opportunity. I lacked the education to understand what was in front of me, and I let it pass. I still got involved later, but I got involved 7 years later. Do you know where I would be today had I taken advantage 17 years ago, or 10 years ago, knowing what's going on? Now, fast forward to today. What you saw on the showcase right now and what they actually did live, first ever, was a transaction on the blockchain network that had never been done before. So if I go back to 2010, was the crypto technology like wallets and transfers and exchanges, was it as good back then as it is today? There was no Binance, there was no Exodus, there was no Coinbase, it wasn't easy to transfer Bitcoin. You had a bunch of paper wallets. You didn't have the exchanges that you have today. It was difficult. But over time, technology has made it more available for the average person to be able to get in on Bitcoin and crypto, to create a Coinbase wallet, to be able to have an Uphold wallet, a Crypto.com wallet, a Trust wallet, a MetaMask, an Exodus, and many others. You have many other tokens that have come out with their own blockchains trying to do what they say is better what Bitcoin had shortfalls. And what shortfalls did Bitcoin have? Well, one was scalability, time, transactions. It was limited to what it can do. So even though it was designed to be a form of fast transactions around the globe, it became used more as a store of value, not day-to-day transactions. And that's where the other tokens came and they thrived, like Ethereum and Solana and Ripple and Monero, and then Bitcoin forked into Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV and all the others. Litecoin, that's a duplicate of Bitcoin, it's just better. But the granddaddy of them all, the one that is going to be here no matter what, because there is going to be a crypto storm that happens. And when that happens, most of the coins are going to get wiped out. Most of the exchanges are going to get wiped out. The only things that will be left standing are the decentralized exchanges and those that's controlled by the governments and the banks. And only a few coins left. Bitcoin will be the one that will survive. In the United States, we're also seeing a trend here where the SEC is really going after anything not Bitcoin in crypto. They're saying that anything not Bitcoin is considered a security. So if you're a business, How would a normal business decide to get into the crypto markets? They're not going to create their own blockchain, but they want to do business. Just like in the 90s, if you were a company and you were not looking for a way to have a presence on the internet, you would become obsolete. You guys remember the very first times you started seeing commercials, and then you will see a website for the very first time. Be on the World Wide Web, and it was dial-up back then. It took 5 minutes for one web page to load up. My son laughs at me about that when I talk about the good old days. Like, I used to make fun of my dad with black and white TV. But my dad was like, you don't understand. When we had our very first TV, that was revolutionary. And then when I was a teenager, when we got our very first computer with the internet, and then we thought we was big time because my dad had an office and we had 2 phone lines. He had a fax line. So we could be on the internet and people could still call our house. That was revolutionary. And then you had Netflix went to Blockbuster and said, hey, we want to give you 49% ownership of us. We're going to be the future. We're going to stream video. And Blockbuster's like, wait a minute, you still got dial-up internet. There's no streaming. And people aren't going to want to wait 3 days for a video to come to their inbox, their email. I'm saying inbox. We weren't even there. Your email, your physical email. Oh, no, I keep getting it wrong. Your physical mail. Ain't nobody going to wait 3 days for that to get to watch a movie, and that the movie might come cracked. Get out of here. Get out the boardroom. Where's Blockbuster today? Where are black and white TVs today? Is anybody still using the old school crypto stuff from 2010 and 11? No. Technology has advanced. And what you just saw today was the next leap in that evolution. The next leap in utilizing blockchain, Bitcoin. Because all businesses now, just like in the 90s, they said, we need to have a web presence. Businesses now are saying we need to have a blockchain presence, a metaverse presence. We need to digitize ourselves. We need to tokenize ourselves. We need to have a token representing us. But we don't have the skills to build our own blockchain, so they use a layer 2 network like Ethereum so that they can build smart contracts on top of. But Ethereum has a lot of problems as well. Large transaction fees. Transactions per second can be slow. It can be bogged down due to congestion, network congestion. Security breaches and features. Threat from the SEC claiming that they're going to be doing something illegal and they'll be sued. So if businesses are still looking for a way, the safe haven would be Bitcoin. The only problem is Bitcoin wasn't designed to be able to handle that until now. The Lightning Network. But the Lightning Network is also not new. You're starting to see lately, if you've been paying attention, those of you in my community, you hear about it on my crypto talks. We just covered this last week. Coinbase, Binance, Visa, others are trying to implement the Lightning Network into their protocol. Now, Coinbase even admitted it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take them some time to do it. And they said that there's a race going on right now to implement layer 2 Bitcoin smart contracts, Lightning Network to do transactions on the Bitcoin network. What you saw today was the first to do it. What the showcase was, Vara brought the receipts. They launched their own Vara app wallet on the Bitcoin Lightning Network, and I actually downloaded it. I can't do nothing with it yet. But when I'm a founder, so when I get that email, then I'm going to be able to log in and I'm going to mess around with it. But they actually did a live transaction on the Bitcoin Lightning Network with the wallet. Now, there's a whole bunch of jargon on how they're able to do it. I got to break things down in a way that my mom can understand. They figured out how to do thousands upon thousands of transactions off of the Bitcoin blockchain, but still be recorded and then batch it over to the Bitcoin blockchain. So you don't have to wait for all of those confirmations to take place. And it gets bogged down by network congestion, where now you have millions of transactions per second, not hundreds or thousands. Speeds the process up very quickly. What you also saw in this showcase was the showcase was not for you and I. Okay. I always got to think of who is the intended target. Now, as a disclaimer, I am not part of corporate. I'm not hired by corporate. I am not a co-owner. I am not a consultant. I am an ambassador just like you. I saw a presentation. I signed up and paid $1,000 for the solar pack. We didn't have founders and all that other stuff yet. I just know about crypto. So I knew what they was up to before they told me. Who the audience was the entire business world. Banks, businesses that need to do international transactions, businesses that also have ideas of creating their own games, businesses that want to tokenize themselves no matter what their product is. That was the audience. Because what Vara did today was show that we now have the technology to allow you to do what you were going to do on the Ethereum network. You now can do it on the Bitcoin network. And you can do it better, faster, safer, and more cost efficient. That's what they showed today. And that is not telling you guys, you are now at the beginning of, just like when the new companies popped up, taking advantage of Bitcoin in 2010 and 11 and 12. That's where you are with this right now. So to just break it down in layman's terms, that we're just showing you that the technology is now available to do these transactions that previously could not be done on the Bitcoin network because of dark fusion technology. The next thing is you need to get crypto educated. Whether you like it or not, you've got to learn this because this is where society is moving. Every major institution is already moving in this space. One of the most influential men on the planet is named Larry Fink. And Larry Fink is all over this. Now, I'm going to play a 3-minute video from Larry Fink from BlackRock. Then I have some more to say after that. And then we're going to dismiss because I'm going to go in more detail tomorrow. So I want you to take, let's see, do I have that right here? Take a listen to this video. Now, after you just saw the showcase, so you're going to start hearing some words, tokenization, blockchain. Even if you're not in crypto, you're going to hear the same language here. Larry Fink, again, he is one of the most influential men on the planet. He's not the wealthiest man, but he controls more than $10 trillion directly, indirectly $25 trillion, because when BlackRock moves, every other major investment firm moves as well. Fidelity, BLMY Mellon. What was the other one we just did in Crypto Talk yesterday morning? It's out of California. I'm looking right at them, not Fidelity. It's a $1.5 trillion investment firm that, because BlackRock moved, they're moving as well. And then all the financial pundits are like, wow, I don't understand it. I don't get it. But hey, we can't bet against BlackRock. If they're doing it, they must see something. So I'm going to play this video and then I'm going to come back. I'm not going to stop and pause it. No, I'll be doing that tomorrow night. Take a look at this.
Is it true that you're building out a cryptocurrency capability?
No. I mean, we're looking at it. We're looking at blockchain technologies, and we're looking at all the
But blockchain isn't crypto. Blockchain is just the underlying technology. Well, don't your clients want crypto exposure?
No. I don't believe any client has sought out crypto exposure.
Really?
Yes.
But at some point they might. Do you need to be prepared?
I don't, at the moment, no. I have not heard from any one client they're looking to buy a cryptocurrency at this time. But right now, I can tell you it worldwide, I have not heard from one client who said, I need to be in this.
BlackRock, the most powerful asset manager in the world with a $10 trillion portfolio, is investing in cryptocurrency.
This is not going to be an easy task. Capital is moving, and it's going to move very rapidly. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement.
Do not be fooled. Don't let Larry Fink's friends go on TV and convince you not to buy this time around. While Hillary and friends continue to sow fear, uncertainty, and doubt about crypto into the minds of the general public, BlackRock has been forced to disclose that they're into it.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. I mean, the transformation, think about it, instantaneous settlement, bonds and stock, no middlemen. We're going to bring down fees even more dramatically. As for me, I don't have to vote on any shares anymore because the beneficial owner will do all the voting.
And by the way, this isn't the first time he's said this. Larry Fink has been getting more and more vocal on this.
This is one of the reasons why I'm focused on the whole idea of blockchain for securities. I look forward to the day when we could tokenize stocks and bonds, that every stock and every bond we could identify immediately who is the beneficial owner. And this is why we're working on it. And every beneficial owner, from an individual to an institution, have the ability to vote, to democratize every single vote. And that's where we want to take this, and we're leading that effort. Oh, I actually believe most of the companies are not going to be around. I still believe that. I do believe
because they're now real, they're frauds, they're what?
Well, I mean, think about FTX. I mean, you could look back now. FTX created its failure was it's creating its own token. It was not a DeFi. It wasn't a ledger that was open to the world. It was a closed ledger.
Right.
It was not distributed. So the whole foundation of what crypto is, it's supposed to be a distributed ledger that is across the system.
This guy's talking like he's freaking Satoshi Nakamoto. And just a few years ago, he was acting like he didn't know what crypto was all about, and nobody's asking for it. And now he's moving his $10 trillion investment fund into this space. It's when I talk about the river of money, never listen to what they say, follow what they do. And if they're going in this direction, what technology is going to help bring in this new world? You know, you hear of Microsoft, but you never hear of Dell Computers or any of the other billion and trillion dollar companies that behind the scenes have developed the technology, the language, the computer chips that you never see that makes the technology work. That's what dark fusion is. Dark fusion is creating the technology to allow even other business owners and people with vision that want to create to be able to do it in a simple way with the simple contract language. So you don't have to be a coder to do it. The whole part of the Vara Ambassador portal is going to be the steam of the crypto space. So this is more than just about Star Vara. There's going to be many other projects next to Star Vara. The next question, and I'll be asking this question in more detail directly because either next week or the following week or so, we're nailing it down now. I'm going to be interviewing CEO Mr. Greg Stevens and hopefully Dom as well. And the question is for us and our ambassadors, because that showcase was not for you guys, okay? That wasn't for you. This is not a network marketing company that went and looked for a product. The product's been in development for years. Vara is just the marketing site that came after and giving us the opportunity to be the first to be in on this and to share it through word of mouth, which is the most viral way, with the rest of the world. We need to have thousands and millions of people with the wallet, not just 10 big companies. So this is a ground floor, grassroots type thing on the Vara ambassador side. So the next one I interview, I'm going to ask, okay, now I understand from a $1 million investment standpoint. Now we want to hear for the ambassadors, how does this impact the ambassadors? How will the ambassadors benefit from other businesses and entities? And as this Vara Dark Fusion ecosystem continues to grow, why you guys, I already understand this, why you want to be involved and have as many access keys as you possibly can. So that is what's going to come next for those of you who still don't get it. But then I'm at point two, I may not have to understand it, but I already know this is going to be big and I need to be involved some kind of way. Where do I go get my access key? I need to get as many access keys as possible. I need to get my hands on as many Vara game tokens as possible. And I need to get my hands on as many DFT tokens when that becomes available as possible. Because we saw what's happened with other projects when they first came out. And the future is not in centralized exchanges like Binance, but in decentralized exchanges. And this company is already launching Fusion, the first decentralized exchange with its wallet on the Bitcoin Lightning Layer 2 network for Bitcoin. Are you kidding me? You don't need to understand any more than that. Everything else is just nerd talk. So that's all I wanted to share today. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to do it on StreamYard as well. I'm going to create a link, and I will also be streaming it in Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And I'll have a direct link as well that I'll post up in our Telegram and Facebook groups. But tomorrow night, I'm going to do a watch party where I'm going to watch it again, because this is something I need to see several times. Because I always miss some things the first time. I got a learning disability, so I need to watch it several times. So I'm going to watch it again. Only I'm going to do it live with all of you, and I'm going to do commentary. So it means I'm going to stop and pause it on certain points to break down something that I know went over everybody's head. Because there were some times there I wanted to stop it. Wait, hold up. Did you just say that? I know they didn't get it. But did you just say that? So I'm going to do that tomorrow night. So if you guys want to be on the watch party with me, because I would do it anyway, I might as well turn the camera on and you guys can hear me say it out loud. I love that. Alan, you're already there. You're signing up a new Vara person. There you go. Versus that, bring your own popcorn. Yeah, India. Now, fortunately, because I am doing it at 7 p.m. Eastern, that's putting it at, what, about 1, 2 a.m. in Africa, maybe 3 or 4 a.m. India time. So it'll be recorded. You can always go back and watch the recording. But as I stated, if you're not excited, you better get excited. And I did have enough time to already slice the latest video. I love whenever they do a showcase because then I'm shown the latest video. So I had a chance to slice the latest video. So I'm going to end on this. I will see you guys tomorrow night. And of course, I'm going to talk about on my crypto talk tomorrow morning as well. Anyways, take care, everybody. Bitcoin Brandon out. Vice Admiral, soon to be Admiral of the Fleet. Oh, before that, I got to give a shout out. Congratulations to Mr. Herschel Crow. This man right here. Oh, he's on the back screen. You see him right there? He just got promoted to Vice Admiral. There's only 3 in the entire company. That man just hit it. So congratulations to Mr. Crow. Everybody on his team. You guys are making it happen. You're rocking it out. And I wanted to see you guys in this month out strong. And also, I'm getting word. I haven't had confirmation, but I am getting word that the founder pack they might keep extending that another week or so. I don't have full confirmation on that, but as long as it's still up in your back office, you might want to take advantage of it. So those, I know a lot of new people. We got a new team from Africa that's come on board as well this past week. So if you have not done so, take full advantage. I was just looking in my back office. I think we just had 3 founder pack sales today that I know of. So yeah, you want to take a look again. Or 4. Oh, another one just hit. So yeah, you wanna get your founder packs as fast as possible. It's also going to help you get promoted. And you want to get promoted as high as you possibly can as well. So with that, let me end on this pirated video I stole from the show, and I will see you guys tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and I will be posting the link shortly. Take care. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.